Here we go.
I'm Allison Namiki Roberts. I'm from Hawaii. I gave up my trip to Disney World to come see Doug and Stacy. I'm a Homestead homie, and you're watching Doug and Stacy.
Well, good morning, and welcome back to the Homestead. It's Off Grid with Doug and Stacy. Woo! Whirlwind coast to coast tour this year. You know, it's really fun meeting you guys out and about and checking you guys out at these conferences. We just got back from the Homesteaders of America conference, and tomorrow you'll be seeing us in Topeka, Kansas. If you're close to the area, we'll be at the Mother Earth News Fair. It's the last one for this year. Then I'm off to the following weekend. I'm off to the Tiny House Jamboree. And then after that, it's going to be LEHMAN'S. We're going to be at LEHMAN'S November 3rd and 4th. Make sure you mark your calendars. Hopefully we'll see you there. It's a totally free event. It's going to be a meet and greet. We're just going to be hanging around. It's going to be a good old fall time parking lot hangout. They're going to have food, door prizes. The Log Ox folks will be there so you can ask questions. Paul from the All-American Sun Oven will be there, and he'll be giving a demonstration in a class and answering your questions. It's just really going to be a good time. So it's the 3rd and the 4th. It's a Friday and a Saturday. From about 11 o'clock to 3 or 4 o'clock or whenever you guys leave. We'll be hanging out the whole time and just getting to know each other. So make sure you mark your calendars for that. So right now what I'm going to do, first, before we went to Homesteaders of America conference, woo! That Thursday I started doing the floors inside the house, so we got the front room done. Friday morning, Scout, our old dog, the white lab, was really having some hip problems. It was a nerve. Stacy looked into some stuff, and apparently it was a degenerative nerve thing, and her legs were giving out on her, and then she basically just went all out, and then it kind of got a little better. So Friday morning, you know, we had to say goodbye to our white lab. So, you know, it was kind of a sad deal, and then we went to the Homesteaders of America conference right off of that. And so, you know, she was about 14, 13 years old, so she lived a good long life for a white lab. That's a really good life. Very healthy life and fun dog to have. So Stacy's already on the hunt. We're gonna get another Airedale, and we're gonna bring you guys along with the whole journey on raising up a puppy on raw food diet, and we're gonna probably have some kind of a contest where we're gonna let you guys name her. So we've already got her in the works. Probably when we get back from LEHMAN'S, we'll have the puppy here, and then we'll start having some videos showing you guys how to train a dog on the homestead, how to start a raw food diet with a dog, and all that great information. So right now what we're going to do is we're going to go inside, put down some more wood floors. We're finishing up the back room. I'm going to show you guys the whole install. A big shout out to Planet Hardwood. Do you guys remember this guy?
Hi, my name is Peter. We're a local business here in Vermont, displaying here at the Mother Earth News Fair. We're in the wood flooring business primarily. We love wood, and we think wood is basically really the only ecologically correct building material. If you landed here from Jupiter and you wanted to point to the most responsible building material as far as your health and the health of the earth, I think two cornerstones of that decision would be that it's a renewable resource and it's a biodegradable resource. And if you look around your average house, there's only one material, or broadly speaking bamboo or cork, that qualifies, and that's wood. Everything else in your house, pretty much by comparison, is an environmental disaster. You know, people that have trouble with asthma, for instance, famously know that carpet is a very aggravating material to live around, impossible to keep clean, gonna spend most of its life in a landfill, leaching toxic material into the soil. That's basically what you can expect from carpet. Wood, however, even the American Institute of Architects classifies wood as a forever floor.
Well, that guy was at one of the Mother Earth News fairs in Vermont, And he actually was like getting to know us, and he was like, why are all these people coming by your booth? You guys aren't selling anything. And we kind of told him our story, that we live off grid on a homestead in the Midwest, and we post our videos on YouTube. So he started watching our videos, and he's got a hold of me, and he was like, man, I noticed your floor and it looks like a softwood. And I said, yeah, it's a pine. And I'll tell you the rest of the story at the end of the video. So let's go inside. So one of the first things that we have to do when we start our floor is we have to make sure that the room is fairly square, right? You want to make sure you have good 90s, and not every room, there's no perfect house, I guess what I was trying to say. So because this is a log cabin too, there's a little bit of out of whackness, right? But it's really not that bad. So the first thing we're gonna do is we gotta set up a control line. So we took some measurements from the counter to the wall, from the back wall to the counter, and just to see how far off is the room out of square. And we came up, it was like 3/4 of an inch. So that's really, in the grand scheme of things, again, like the upstairs, good job. So then what we did is we take a measurement here so we could figure out how our first board is going to lay up against this wall and coming out and working around the door jambs. So that was our first control line. So what we did here, as you can see, is we snapped our line on the floor there. So that's our first control line. So we'll be able to start with this row and then work our way forward, putting down the oak. And this is red oak floor, and it's sealed, finished, solid, ready to go. It's going to be a good project. Hopefully you guys get a few nuggets out of it, and we're just going to keep moving along. So one of the things we have to address while we're doing the floor is I have a part right here on the floor that raises up. So what's happening is from the crawl space down below, moisture is coming up through the floor because there's a little hole there. When I was actually building the cabin, I actually had a friend of ours come by, and he was helping me on this day, and he dropped something from upstairs and it came down and crashed and put a hole right through the floor. And then I thought, well, we're just putting the floor over it, so I never gave it much thought. But it turns out that if you don't have a moisture barrier, a way to deter it, the moisture comes up and it hits that hole, and then it leaks up into the floor. So I think it was like starting last year, we started having the floor raise up right here, kind of buckling. So we're gonna cut this hole, or not cut the hole, but we're gonna cut these boards so it relieves some of that pressure, and then we're gonna nail it down to the subfloor. And then what I'll be doing after this installation is getting in underneath the crawl space and putting some of that foam like we did upstairs. I'll leave that video right here, and we're gonna put some of that foam underneath the house, and then we'll create that vapor barrier so that moisture won't be able to penetrate up to the floor on this floor, and we're gonna have a nice rock solid floor. Don't cut my power line. All right, so we're humming right along on the floors. I'll give you a peek of that in a second. Next thing we have to do is take the stairs off. Oh, I like my little railing right there. So next thing we have to do is take the stairs off and then work the floor and then put the stairs back up. But here's what the floor is looking like right now. Yeah, I guess,
I mean, I don't remember, was the top of the notch the top of this? Or
no, it's like,
it's
it was up here like and then angled down and then over.
You can see that here's the being.
So we need to come down to here. So when you bring this piece over and then this way, it's going to die out right here. Right.
Okay. You see the screw there, Claire? That broke off? Okay.
Yeah, so when this comes across, that's pretty much where we want it to hit.
Yeah, which is just, yeah. Let's put that piece on and maybe measure it before we cut the other one.
Yeah.
Pretty good, but that's later. We're doing this now.
Yeah, we're on this now.
Hell yeah.
We're grooving. Back to the party! So another tip for you is when you're putting in these floors, they come in several different sizes, but a lot of them are kind of close to each other, so you have to monitor what you're doing and make sure that your seams aren't too close together. So we use like the 3 to 4 inch rule, meaning that we don't want one seam like right here, we don't want that seam any closer than 3 or 4 inches to the next seam. So you want to try to stagger your seams as much as possible on your floor, and then that'll give you a nice look. Hot tip. Wow, what a build. So we got it all done. Now we're doing our wood floor snowman.
Yeah, angel, snow angel.
Snow angel, yeah, that's what it was. Wood floor angels. Ugh. So, you know, one of the things you guys have to consider when you're building your homestead from scratch like we did is the materials that you use, right? So like, you know, our budget was tight. I wanted to do everything cash. So I got pine for the floors, and they said, yeah, that's a softwood and everything, and I thought, well, it might be okay. So I'd never put in floors before. I put them all in, I sanded them, hand sanded them, stained them, and then I sealed them. And you know, it's been 6+ years, almost 7 years, so you know, the stuff was coming off. We were letting the dogs in the house, so that was wearing on the floor.
But then when we drop things, it would get chunks out of it.
And dongs.
I mean, it really, yeah, it's not for what we live, our lifestyle. It was not a good floor at all.
For inside the homestead,
no,
right?
No.
So luckily, I was telling you guys earlier, Planet Hollywood, we made friends with them in Vermont, and he was checking out our videos and said, wow, that floor is really messed up. And then he said, maybe I could partner with you guys. And I thought, man, I don't know. Most people don't really buy wood like online. I mean, they probably go to their wood dealer or, you know, a floor dealer in their town. And he said, man, with today's technology, we make it so easy for people to purchase our products. That's why we're called Planet Hardwood. One of the reasons is that because they sell a lot of floors over the internet and they direct ship right to your house. So I'm going to leave the link down below for you guys, and you can check it out. They have a bunch of inventory, and they're really nice to talk to. Anytime I had a question, I gave them a call. Peter always returned my call. There's another guy there named Paul. I know it's kind of funny. You guys are
now they need to marry.
I do it. So maybe go give them a look. Keep them in mind. And what we're going to do is we've been doing a lot of stuff to the cabin, and it's been almost 7 years, guys. If you save a few dollars every year, it adds up. So you get into the homestead, you do it on the cheap, you know, spend the least amount of money if possible, if that's your thing. And then as the years go by, you're saving up, and then you can improve on those things. So that was our philosophy. We got into the cabin, and now we've been making improvements over the almost 7 years we've been here, which is going to help the place be a little more sturdy, a little more durable to the life that we bring inside of this house.
Because we need a lot of durability. Because we work hard, and we really need something that is heavy duty.
It is.
And this is oh my gosh, it's awesome. I love it. I love the knots in it. It looks really rustic.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
And
it
you can
sweeps the
feel,
floor.
you can feel the difference from this wood to from the pine that we used.
Yeah, it's like
night and day.
Night and day.
All right. So don't forget, guys, we are going to be at, I already mentioned this in the beginning of the video, but we're going to be in Topeka, Kansas tomorrow. And then we're going to be in, I'm going to go to the Tiny House Jamboree in Texas. That's all you have to do is type in Tiny House Jamboree in your Google search pants bar. And then off to LEHMAN'S. That's our big thing for the end of the year. A meet and greet. You guys get all the attention. And we're just going to hang out. They got a soap making class. There's going to be hands-on demonstrations there. I know Logox will be there. Paul with the All-American Summit will be there. He's going to be teaching a class, talking to you guys about it. So that's going to be really cool. It's all free of charge. They're going to have food and door prizes and everything.
Lots of fun and lots of shopping at LEHMAN'S.
Yeah, and shopping for things that you need.
Yeah, for
things that you can use. And so that's at KIDRON, Ohio, LEHMAN'S non-electric store. Make sure you check it out. Links are down below. Don't forget to follow us.
Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And see, now it's the first time I'll be excited to clean the floors. I don't like to clean the floors.
Yeah, so you know, guys, just remember, just do what you can where you are. Save money. Get yourself in, and then you make improvements as you go. You know?
And I was talking to someone at the conference. Funny you said that they said they are still on plywood.
Yeah.
On their, they did their homestead, everything's done, and they're just on plywood. And and then when you're ready, then you can do your floor. But it's true. You want to get that roof over your head, and you want to start doing your stuff.
And if you can, if you want to spend the money up front, we definitely suggest getting hardwood floors. And make sure you check the link out below for Planet Hardwood.
See you guys. Hey guys, thanks for watching our video. You might want to check out these videos.
And if you want to become a homestead homie, click the picture of us below.
We will see you tomorrow.